What I've learned from my experience of being diagnosed with prostate cancer, a lot of men just don't know that prostate cancer exists. And if they do know prostate cancer exists, they have limited knowledge of prostate cancer. It's funny because my dad didn't tell me that he had prostate cancer. I think he was embarrassed because when you think of prostate cancer, you think of your private's not working again. And I find that's the biggest concern of a lot of men who I engage in conversation is, does it still work? Do you still have erections? As a man, that if I can't do that, I'm no longer, in my eyes, a strong man. The doctor told me during our consultation with my wife that, everything will work fine, but you won't be able to ejaculate. When you hear that, when you hear the possibilities of what you can lose, it is scary. It is scary, and for a brief second, my wife looked at me like, are you crazy? You're gonna have this surgery if you're just worried about that. She's like, it's better for me anyways. Now there's no mess. So anyways, I learned a lot about that portion of it. And when guys ask me, is it still the same? I'm able to comfort them and say, it really is. If it's not prostate cancer, it can always be something else. Just the whole idea of you going to a doctor and doing your routine checkups or doing your routine tests, or just knowing, my mother had this, my father had this, that's your first step. It's all right, there's nothing to be afraid about. This is my story, this is what I went through, and it's not the end of the world if you have prostate cancer, because it is one of the most curable cancers if caught and detected early.
On this field, a single decision can change a game. For a man with prostate cancer, a single decision can change his entire life. While I chose surgery, a less aggressive approach called active surveillance might be the best choice for you. Ask your doctor about a genomic test that may help you make the right decision. Learn more at yourprostateyourdecision.com.